My coworker asked to borrow my presentation for reference. I said sure and sent it over. 3 days later, I walked into the board meeting and watched her pitch my entire deck word for word to the executives. She even kept my typo on slide 7, the one I'd left there on purpose. Let me back up. Her name was Victoria. She'd been hired 6 months ago as a senior analyst, same level as me. From day one, she made it clear she was gunning for the associate director position that was opening up. So was I. I'd been at the company for 4 years, put in the work, built relationships. This promotion was supposed to be mine, but Victoria had a different strategy. She was all about appearances, designer clothes, expensive lunches with the VPs, long conversations with the CEO in the hallway about her innovative ideas. Meanwhile, I was head down actually doing the work. About 3 weeks before the board meeting, something shifted. Victoria started hanging around my desk more, asking questions about the customer retention project I'd been leading. Just curious, she'd say, trying to learn from the best. At first, I thought she was being genuine, maybe even friendly. Then she asked if she could see my preliminary data, just to understand my approach. I showed her some high-level stuff, nothing detailed. A week later, she asked about my research methodology, how I'd segmented the customer base, what tools I'd use for analysis, getting more specific now. Then she invited me to lunch, expensive place downtown. She spent the whole time asking about my presentation timeline. When was I planning to present to the board? What was my main argument? Had I finalized my recommendations yet? That's when I knew. She wasn't being friendly, she was mining for information. I went back to my desk and started thinking, if she was going to try something, she'd need my actual presentation, but she couldn't just ask for it directly. That would be too obvious. Sure enough, 2 days later, she stopped by my desk looking stressed. Hey, I'm working on a pitch for a potential client. Similar retention focus. Would you mind if I looked at your presentation? Just for reference on structure and flow. I'm terrible at organizing slides. I smiled. Of course, let me send it over. But before I sent it, I made one small change. In the section about conversion rates, I changed our actual metric from 47% to 74%. Then I sat back and waited. The board meeting was scheduled for Friday morning. All the executives would be there. CEO, CFO, 3 VPs. This was the big stage. The presentation that would determine who got promoted. I showed up 15 minutes early with my laptop and a coffee. Sat in my usual seat near the middle of the table. Victoria arrived right at 9, looking polished and confident. She had a leather portfolio and a USB drive. The CEO kicked things off. We've got 2 presentations today on customer retention strategies. Victoria, you're up first. I felt my stomach drop. First, I was supposed to go first. That was the email I'd received. Victoria stood up and connected her laptop. The title slide appeared on the screen. My title slide. Same font, same layout, same subtitle. She launched into the presentation. Every slide was mine. Every talking point was something I'd written. She delivered it smoothly, like she'd practiced for hours, which she probably had. The executives were engaged, taking notes, asking clarifying questions. She handled them well. She'd clearly memorized everything. Then we got to slide 7, the conversion rate analysis. The slide with my planted typo. She breezed right past it. Didn't even notice the number was wrong, but the CEO noticed. He leaned forward, squinting at the screen. Hold on, 74% conversion rate? That seems high. Walk me through how we achieved that number. Victoria's confidence faltered for just a second. Well, through our optimization strategies and targeted outreach, we were able to significantly improve engagement, which led to the higher conversion. But 74%? That's almost double what I've seen in our quarterly reports. She started talking faster, throwing out buzzwords. Synergy, alignment, customer-centric approach. None of it actually answered his question. I raised my hand slowly. Actually, our conversion rate is 47%, not 74%. That's a typo I've been meaning to fix in my draft. The room went completely silent. You could hear the air conditioning humming. The CEO turned to look at me, then back at Victoria, then at the screen. This is your presentation, isn't it? I opened my laptop and pulled up my original file. Turned the screen so he could see. Same slides, same data, timestamped 2 weeks ago. Except mine has the correct number, 47%. Victoria's face went from confused to pale to bright red in about 5 seconds. She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. We collaborated on this. It was a team effort. I thought we were sharing resources. I sent you this file 3 days ago when you asked to see it for reference. I never agreed to let you present it as your own work. The CFO leaned back in her chair, arms crossed. One of the VPs was shaking his head. The CEO's expression was unreadable, but his jaw was tight. Victoria, step outside, now! She tried to say something else, but he held up his hand. She grabbed her portfolio and walked out, heels clicking loudly against the floor. The CEO turned to me. Do you have the real presentation ready? Yes, sir. Then let's see it. The actual version. I presented for 30 minutes, answered every question, showed them the real data, the real analysis, the real recommendations I'd spent months developing. When I finished, the CEO nodded. That's what I expected to see. Strong work. He looked at the CFO. I think we found our new associate director. The CFO smiled. Agreed. I walked out of that meeting with the promotion Victoria had tried to steal. She was fired before lunch.